Hello, students. Welcome back to our geography session. Today, we shall study an interesting lesson air pressure. Now, children, you all know what is air. Air is all around us. We cannot see it, yet, we feel the presence of air. When we inhale, air is taken in through the nose. If we blow on our hand through our lips, we can also feel the air. So, what is air? Air is an invisible gaseous substance that surrounds the earth. And when this air makes a movement, it is called a wind. Now, let us understand the term pressure. Pressure is a force by one object on another. Next, the most important characteristic of air is that air has weight. We can understand this through a simple experiment of a balloon. Now, first we have to take a stick, a small stick or a plastic straw. Then we have to tie a thread at its center and we have to hang it in a horizontal manner. Then we have to take two rubber balloons of the same size and tie them at the two ends of the stick. Remember, we have to see that the stick remains horizontal. Now we have to remove one balloon, inflate it and tie it again at its original position. Next, we have to check whether the stick remains horizontal. After performing this experiment, we come to know that the stick goes down on the side of the inflated balloon. This simple experiment shows us that air has weight. Now, let us understand that anything that has weight applies a pressure on the thing that lies below it. There are different layers of the air, and the layers of air that surrounds the earth is our atmosphere. Now, the layer which is very close to the surface of the earth will have a pressure. Why? Because the top layer is pushing this layer down. So, air will exert a pressure on the surface of the earth. Due to this air pressure, we have various phenomena like the storms, precipitation, etc. Now, what do you mean by storm? Storm means a very strong wind, and precipitation means, children, when you heat water, it converts into steam. Similarly, the water which is present in the ocean or the sea is converted into water vapor. This water vapor will rise up in the air in the form of clouds. And after forming clouds, the water vapor will condense there and will come down in the form of rain. Now, there are variations in air pressure. That means air pressure is not uniform on all places on the earth's surface. That means air pressure is not at all equal on the surface of the earth. Sometimes the air pressure will be high and sometimes the air pressure will be low. Second is the air pressure keeps on changing from time to time. That means the pressure exerted by air will change from time to time. So now, children, have you understood what is air pressure? In simple words, I'll just explain once again. The air exerts a pressure, and pressure of the air is exerted on the surface of the earth, and this is known as the air pressure. Now let us see ahead the factors that affects the air pressure. First is the altitude of a region. Altitude means height of the region. So air pressure depends on the altitude. The second factor is the temperature of the air. Temperature is related to the rays of the sun. Now, what do you mean by temperature? Temperature means the content, the capacity of holding heat is known as the temperature. When the rays of the sun will fall on the earth, these rays will be straight towards the equator and slanting towards the poles. So naturally, near the equator, the heat will be more. So we can say that the temperature is more towards the equator and less towards the poles. Now the third factor which will affect the air pressure is the water vapor. The amount of water vapor in the air means the water holding capacity. The proportion of dust in the air, water vapor, heavy gases, etc. is higher in the air closer to the surface of the earth. This proportion decreases, that means it reduces with the increasing altitude, that means with the increasing height. That means if we go away from the earth's surface, it will be less. Air will be more pure there and there will be no air pollution. As we move higher and higher from the surface of the earth, the air becomes thinner and thinner. As a result, the air pressure decreases with increasing altitude. Now, let us proceed to the next. Air temperature and air pressure. For this, children, we have to perform a simple experiment. First, we have to take a flying lantern. Tie an approximately 5-meter long thread to the flying lantern so that we can bring the lantern down. After reading the instruction given on the package of the lantern, open and light the candle placed in it. Now we have to observe what happens. After some time, bring the lantern down with the help of the thread and put off the candle. Did the flying lantern start ascending immediately after the candle was lit? What would have happened to the flying lantern had the candle got extinguished after the lantern had gone up in the air? To find out these answers, let us see the explanation. The air in the flying lantern gets heated once the candle is lit. This hot air expands, that means it spreads, becomes lighter and starts moving up. So, the lantern is also lifted up towards the sky. In nature too, a similar phenomena occurs. Temperature and air pressure are closely related to each other. Whenever the temperature is high, that means when the temperature increases, the air pressure is low. As the temperature rises, the air gets heated. It expands, that means it spreads and it becomes lighter. This lighter area of the earth's surface starts moving up towards the sky, and as a result, the air pressure in such areas decreases. So, students, we shall end our lecture here, and in our next lecture, we shall study about the temperature zones and pressure belts. For homework, you have to read the lesson till where it is taught.